Hey guys, welcome back to Minos Esther Malka's channel. Today's topic is less of a question, but more of clarity. And I know this will kind of help you with your own children and may help you with children you see. Now, just a little bit of background. I work in an inclusion school, and so I do see children of both special needs, have a diagnosis, to mainstream children. And the issue I'd like to talk about, tantruming versus a meltdown. Now, when you look at a child, at the end of the day, the result is the same thing. And that result is you have a child splat on the floor, screaming, crying, yelling, kicking, you name it, and you're like, oh, not again. And it's whether if you are the parent or caregiver or family member watching it, especially in public, it is the most mortifying experience you will ever see in your life. And if you're a passerby, it is the most disruptive, especially for older kids who are loud. It is super, super disruptive, and you're like, control your child! Now, as a passerby or as an outsider, I'm going to be very clear before I actually get into the video. You have no clue which one, whether it's bad parenting, an overtired child who's just like screaming, and which they're both types of tantrums, or a meltdown. So I'm going to kind of explain both right now, and we'll understand it. So a tantrum, and there's really two types of tantrums, or two causes. The first type of tantrum is, hey, kids are kids. They want what they want. They are learning right from wrong. And when you say yes or no, depending on the situation, like, yes, you are taking a shot, no, you are not getting the candy, totally leads to a tantrum. So that's what we call like an unavoidable tantrum. I mean, reality is you're not getting a child's candy every time you leave the house. It's not healthy. Kids don't, or certain ages, they're still learning that. So that's the first reality. Another reality is you need a shot. Yes, you are getting it. And yes, you can scream and cry because you know what? Or a blood test or whatever the case is, it's my job as a parent to take care of your health. So those type of tantrums we call are unavoidable. Now we have avoidable tantrums, which is when a child's on a play date, you say, you know what? We are leaving in 5 minutes. So, you warn the child. Or oh my gosh, I had this a lot. This is a funny story where we had a wedding. It was my sister's wedding and we had kids, and oops, we forgot a nap. So about 4 hours before the wedding, child, total tantrum. Now the child was just exhausted. So thank goodness it was hours before. I put the child for a nap, and then wedding was perfect. But it is avoidable. I could have scheduled that nap on time. It just didn't work out. Again, avoidable. So in both of these scenarios, try to do your best. Try to guide the child, prepare them for what's happening. And at the end of the day, you may get a tantrum. It may be avoidable. It may not be. Whatever the case is, you're not bad parents. I don't care what passerbys say. You're not bad parents. It's going to happen. That's how kids learn. And some kids, their tantrum is a way of saying, I don't know right now. I need to tantrum. And by you sticking to your guns, best parenting you can do. Now, so that's a tantrum. Now, a meltdown is something completely different. Again, like I said, they all look the same. Your kids are going to be on the floor. It doesn't matter where they are. They're going to scream. Doesn't matter how old they are. They're just going to scream, yell. And a meltdown is when a child, their senses become so overloaded that, I guess the best way to put it, again, I ask these kids, so this is their feedback, is they get into a fog. Their brain physically cannot think. And like a ticking bomb, it all went at the wrong moment. They do know right from wrong, but their brain is saying right now, I am stopping your senses. You're going to feel everything at once. And as a result, the bomb inside of them literally goes off. I have asked many children, both on the spectrum and with other, disabilities, and they physically know something is wrong, but it just has to go off. And some of them are even embarrassed by the way they act. They don't like that feeling. Now, my message to you all, wherever you are, I could tell you two things for the most part. Whether it's a tantrum or whether it's a meltdown, this advice is actually not for parents. These are for onlookers, because it has to be said. When you see that child, teenager or adult, on the floor, kicking, screaming, instead of saying, oh my gosh, the parent has no parenting skills, take a minute. Understand that yes, it could be bad parenting. And I'm not saying parents are perfect. But if that child is legit having a meltdown, and that child from within is feeling all of that pressure, instead of commenting, you have two choices. Number one, walk away. Or number two, say a kind word to that parent. Offer to help. Say, I feel your pain. Because it's the parent who needs more help than the child. The child will get over it. The child, through whether it's through their teachers, their parents, their therapists, whoever's on their team, they will overcome it. But you're there in the moment. Again, you can walk away and pretend like you didn't see it. Because again, no parent wants the guilt. Or you could just, okay, say nothing and walk away. So parents who are watching this, share this video. Because this video is really, if you know the difference, thumbs up for you guys. This video is for the onlooker. And what we need to do right now is to take a minute and support each other. Because the best way to help this child during the meltdown is to create an awareness. So please, I encourage you to share this because we are all here together. Sorry it's not one of my usual videos, but you know what? It had to have been said. And if you want to see my usual videos, I'll be back. But if you have a specific question that you want answered, head over to Instagram, give me a message, and you never know, it may show up in the next video. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Have a wonderful day.